So, are you ready to really level up your English? In this explainer, we're going to unlock 11 essential idioms all about time. And the goal is super simple, to help you stop sounding like you're reading from a textbook and start speaking with the kind of natural flow of a native speaker. Let's get right into it.
You know that feeling, right? You've got the grammar down, you know all the vocabulary words, but when you actually talk to someone, it just feels a little stiff, a bit robotic. It's a super common problem, but trust me, there's a fantastic way to punch right through that wall.
And that secret? It's all about idioms. Seriously. Think of them as the little conversational shortcuts that native speakers use all the time to add personality and color to what they're saying. And today, we're going to focus on a topic that connects all of us: time.
Okay, let's start with those heart-pounding situations we've all been in. Those moments where you're under pressure and every single second feels precious. These are the go-to phrases for when you're up against a deadline.
First one up is to beat the clock. This is all about finishing something right in that last moment before time runs out. You know, picture a contestant on a game show frantically hitting the buzzer just as the timer hits 0. That's it. They've just beaten the clock.
Next, we have at the 11th hour. Now, this also means at the last possible moment, but it's got a much more serious, high-stakes vibe. This is the language you hear in business deals or big negotiations. You know, a critical decision was made at the 11th hour, just before everything was about to change. And here's its more casual cousin, in the nick of time. The meaning is basically the same. You made it at the very last second, but the feeling is totally different. This is for everyday life. You didn't submit a massive project in the nick of time, but you definitely caught the bus in the nick of time. So let's just lock this in, because it's a really important difference. At the 11th hour is for those big, formal deadlines. Think work projects, legal agreements. In the nick of time is for those small personal victories, those everyday escapes. Getting this little detail right will make you sound so much more natural. And to round out this section on urgency, here's a great one for when things happen almost instantly, in next to no time. It just means super, super quickly. So if you get your chores done in next to no time, suddenly your whole afternoon is free. Okay, let's take a breath and zoom out from all that deadline stress. Now we're going to look at the bigger picture, the kinds of phrases that help us talk about time over a longer period. I'm sure you know this one. Time flies. It's that feeling we all get when time just seems to disappear. And yeah, we almost always say it with that classic ending, time flies when you're having fun, because it's just so true, right? The best moments always feel like they're over way too fast. This visual perfectly explains our next idiom, in the long run. This phrase is all about the final result, way down the road. Right now, studying English might feel like hard work, but in the long run, all that effort is absolutely going to pay off. It's about that future reward. All right, for our final group, we're getting into phrases that are really tied to life lessons. Things like missed opportunities, making the right call, and the kind of wisdom you only get with experience. We've all been there, right? That sinking feeling when you realize you've missed out on something. Well, that is perfectly captured by the phrase, the ship has sailed. It means the opportunity is gone. It's over. You can't get it back, just like you can't catch a ship that's already left the harbor. It's high time is such a great phrase for adding a bit of pressure. See, it doesn't just mean it's time. It means it's time and we probably should have done this a while ago. If you say, it's high time we left, what you're really saying is, we're already late, let's go. This one is all about pure optimism. So you try something once and you fail. You try it a second time and you fail again. That's when you take a deep breath and say, well, third time's a charm. It's that hopeful feeling that this next attempt has got to be the one that works. You've definitely heard this classic, better late than never. On the surface, it's pretty simple. Showing up late is better than not showing up at all. A late birthday card is better than no card. But the way this phrase is really used is where the magic happens. And here is the key. So often, this phrase is just dripping with sarcasm. Imagine your friend finally shows up, a full hour late for dinner. If you look at them, smile, and say, well, better late than never, you're not actually complimenting them. You're using the idiom to perfectly point out just how unbelievably late they are. Our final idiom is all about showing you've got wisdom and experience. If someone tells you some crazy story and you just don't buy it, you can hit them with, I wasn't born yesterday. It's a really direct way to say, hey, I'm not naive and there's no way I'm falling for that.
And there you have it, 11 powerful idioms to add to your toolkit. Now your English conversations can be that much more dynamic and natural. Let's just do a quick recap of what we covered.
We started right in the middle of the action, with phrases for racing against the clock. Then we zoomed out to look at the long term, with time's bigger picture. And we wrapped it all up with idioms about timing, chances, and wisdom. Thinking about them in these three groups is a great way to help them stick.
So the big question is, which one are you going to use first? Really, the best way to make these idioms your own isn't just to memorize them, it's to use them. Listen for a moment in your day where one of them fits and just try it out. Because when it comes to leveling up your English, it's high time you got started.